we're going to talk about our ground beef and cabbage. Why do I think that this is a budget meal when you've got beef involved, and beef is a little more expensive than chicken? I think beef is very good for you, and I think you should eat it at least once a week. Yeah, once a week is good. I eat fish 2 to 3 times a week, chicken 2 to 3 times a week, and beef 1 or maybe 2 times a week. So we're going to start off with a little bit of sesame oil. Look, if you don't have sesame oil, because it can be on the expensive side, feel free to use a little bit of some olive oil if you have some olive oil. So I'm going to put in a little bit of oil. We're going to, I don't like that paring knife. We're going to cut our onion. I normally use the red onions for salads or for finishing things, like you put this on the top, but you can cook with a red onion. I like the sweet onions to cook with too. What's your favorite onion? The reds, the sweets, the yellow onions, all of them. So next we're going to do a little bit of garlic, right? All right, now I can hear my onions sizzling, and that's what we want. We want some sizzle going on in there. I can see that that's starting to cook. Next, we're going to put in our ground meat. Yes, I cut the ground meat up a little bit. I was hoping it to defrost, so I cut it up into little small pieces. And if you didn't do that already, that's okay. You can just do it while it's in the pan. Just break it up with your spoon, okay? Break it up with your spoon. You know, there's another thing I'm going to add to this. We're going to add some salt. What kind of salt am I using? I know there's a lot of return people here. So what kind of salt am I using? What kind of salt? Kind of salt. Wooden spoon, sea salt. Yes, I got a lot of wooden spoons out there. I love wooden spoons. Pink Himalayan sea salt. Yep. Pink Himalayan sea salt. Salt enhances the flavor of food. I say this all the time. And what does pepper do? Who remembers what pepper does? Who remembers what pepper does? Remember, you feel free to have your cameras on or off. It's all good. And I just want to create more of a community, maybe see people's eyes every once in a while. That would be nice. So I got freshly ground black pepper. What is freshly ground? Why do we want, what does pepper do? What does pepper do? It alters the flavor of food. Where salt enhances the actual flavor that's there, pepper changes the flavor a little bit. So just remember that. Next, we're going to put in our vegetable. Another reason why I like this as a budget meal is because it uses cabbage. Cabbage is full of fiber and nutrition for you. Always discard these outer layers. Always discard these outer layers. And it's really inexpensive. How much did this head of cabbage cost me? Under $2. It was super duper cheap. 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever you want. Slice it on up. This knife that I'm using is a very thin knife. It's a Japanese knife. And this is a very heavy knife, and it's not as long as my other chef's knife. This is a chef's knife too, but it's a different kind of a chef's knife. And I like the longer one because my vegetable is longer, okay? All right, here we go. Now, you don't have to only use cabbage. And if you didn't have cabbage, what vegetables do you have in your refrigerator that you want to use, right? Maybe you want to use some broccoli. Maybe you want to use some carrots in this. Maybe you have some zucchini left that you want to throw some zucchini in there. It's fine. The world is your oyster. Okay, let's get this one shaved down. What I could have done also is gotten my food processor out that has that the adapter to shred cabbage, and it does it super quick. I have so many things going on today and not enough room on my counter. So you can get that stem and again, slice it really thin, and put it in with your stir fry. Or if you had your food processor out, you can do it with your food processor. What do we want? Do we want tamari sauce or do we want coconut aminos in this one? We can do either. I'm going to do both. We're going to do about 2 tablespoons of some rice vinegar, just about a teaspoon of this is chili infused olive oil. Okay, here we go. We're going to put that in there. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great on time. Okay. And I'm going to let that cook for maybe another 5, maybe 10 minutes. I just want those vegetables to get wilted. This is done. This is done. I'm going to turn that off. And I know that it's done because I'll show it to you. The cabbage has turned this bright color. The cabbage has turned this bright color. Yep, there we go. Put a little bit of cilantro on the top there. And there we have it, our cabbage and beef stir fry.